Oh. Alright, hello, I'm Froonen. I am a 6-digit player, commentator, hard rock hater, and overall game enjoyer. That rhymed. That was hard. Anyways, yeah, I've been in the
Wait, dude, guys, I was muted. Guys, guys,
Oh my god.
wait, guys, okay. Well, you guys got the Froonen introduction. You guys don't need to hear me talk. Yeah. Anyways, that's it. Very happy to have you here with us, Froonen. Very great commentator. I love commentating with my boy, my favorite raccoon guy. My favorite old man, my favorite little boy. Anyways,
Yeah. Okay.
what's good, dude? I think with those introductions aside, we can properly begin the interview. So, let's start at the very beginning. Let's talk about tryouts. So, I don't know. Israel's a relatively small country when it comes to 6WC stuff, right? I mean, I should know. Singapore is also a similarly small country. So, how do you guys, operate your tryouts? Is there anything different that you guys do when it comes to preparing for 6WC?
Alright, I mean, first of all, I think this year we've definitely been more prepared than ever. I think we had stuff like a prepared tryouts pool in advanced, which is a first.
Oh, damn.
We had the sheets ready in advance. Yeah, I think we definitely prepared, and then the harder part is definitely getting the players to play tryouts and to participate in general for the tournament, being that our 6 digits aren't really that common here. I mean, 6 digits that actually, play.
Yeah.
Most of the people here are not active when it comes to our country. Most of the activity happens in the 5-digit community. So it was a very of a hard struggle to try and get players, but especially with the invention last year of the official Israel OSU server, which now exists, as well as just harassing every single Israeli 6-digit in DMs, we have managed to get enough players to fill out a full roster, which I'm very happy about.
I mean, has filling out a full roster been an issue for Israel?
I mean,
In the previous
100%.
years?
I mean,
in previous years.
in the I mean, we can start even the year before that for 6-digit World Cup 2, which we only got, I think it was 3 players. We didn't even get the full 4. It was even 2. It was me trying. I even put out a forum post asking players. Nobody showed up.
Oh.
Then last year, with the help of Chaos Eater, which I'm very thankful for, Chaos Eater went to each player individually, DMing a ton of players, managing to get 9 people. So we actually played tryouts, and we had unfortunately one guy who did not play. And yeah, for this year, I knew that pretty much every single person from last year has ranked up to 5 digits. Some of them have even played in 5WC. So I needed a new roster. But yeah, definitely getting the players was a hard mission for every year so far.
I see. And this year, the Israeli OSU, the official Israeli, this is not just 6-digit, right? This is just for in general, correct?
Yeah, we have a actual server for every single Israeli person to join, like an OSU server. Yeah, which is something new because everyone everyone has that one 6-digit friend, so that's kind of how we managed to get some of the players to our team.
Is there any standout shout out players that you wanna that you wanna talk about that just came out of nowhere?
I mean, if I have to limit it, I can talk about all of them, but if I have to limit it to one, it would definitely be Shvili, who we have played tryouts despite being 8 players. We have played tryouts for me kind of gauge their skill sets and kind of understand what everyone is better on. And Shvili beat me based off scores. He is a better player than me. He has performed very well on the Nomads Hard Rocks. I mean, he's just very consistent on whatever he does. So I've been very. He's definitely a player to look out for, and I'm very, very happy to have him on my team as kind of another backbone that will perma lobby pretty much every single map with me.
All right.
Yeah, that's definitely a standout for me.
That sounds well. That sounds. Last year, did you guys qual with Chaos Eater? I can't actually remember.
We did qualify. We actually qualified in seed 31, I believe.
Ah,
it was.
It's actually quite strong. Like all things considered. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, this year, because you had that 6WC3 on the back of your shoulder, that 6WC3 performance. Do you think that set sort of a precedent for you to meet this year? Were you going this year with like expectations? In short.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I mean, you have to consider last year I was one of the worst players on my team. It was definitely players like Kelsider, Decady. They just a lot of players that just absolutely carried. I didn't play that many maps. They just did very well. We went above and beyond the expectations, going 2 wins and 2 losses in the group, losing to Malaysia and Poland. Like, I don't think beyond that they had any expectations of us. We won a very exciting game against Mexico. So coming into this year, there was definitely some expectations of trying to at least qualify. I'd say our expectations kind of went lower and lower the closer we got. Not because of our scores or something, just as we have seen, the standard has definitely risen up for this this year's version of the tournament.
I see. I mean, when you saw your scores, did you expect to qualify? Like when you were watching the seed review, what were your thoughts? Like, were you like fingers crossed or
I think again, I said that like the more we went on, like the less confident. Then we played qualify. I was like, these are definitely scores that I would in normal circumstances we would qualify. But I was just very unsure coming into the seeding reveal, seeing even those that didn't qualify the kind of scores. I was very nervous. But then seeing that seed 43 just crushed me.
Yeah. I remember seeing it on stream as well. I just like lost it. I was devastated because I commentated the seed review. But I was devastated when I watched it. Also, Sasha, why do you comment with me, bro? You should have commented with me. SMH.
No, I didn't. I specifically didn't want to commentate that one because I wanted to be there with my team and kind of talk with them about it.
That's it. Well, I guess with the DNQ from the major league, what are you looking at for minor league? You think your chances are good down there?
I mean, firstly, we are going to qualify. That is a great start. We need to, I believe, in every part there is a positive side, despite not qualifying. By the way, in the seeding review, it was seed 43, then it got updated to seed 41.
Yep,
which is even more tragic. We're getting that ping from Turley, like, by the way, you guys are seed 41.
Oh my god.
Why? Just why? But yeah, I think for minor league, we definitely have some expectations. I think all of us as a team are definitely more motivated to do better. Seeing how we haven't qualified, I think the first reaction kind of, trying to pin it on other circumstances, but now we kind of realizing that in order to do well, we need to just be better. We need to be more consistent. We cannot perform like this for long and like succeed. So yeah, we're definitely more focusing on practicing and kind of trying to get the rosters just right for our matches. I mean, we have received the pool 3 weeks in advance.
Oh, true.
We have a lot of time to practice this pool.
Right.
But yeah, I've definitely expectations to do better. I mean, the teams in minor league are not bad.
That's true.
Just
That's true.
looking at the rosters
USA.
for minor league, I mean, even USAD has players like Reducted, which has beaten me in a 1v1. It's like, what can you do about this? But
Yeah.
yeah, you have to just ignore that and focus on your own game and
That's
kind
right.
of be in the mindset of trying to achieve the highest possible score that you can individually, and then as a team, you just hope that you get that win.
Yeah, that's I mean that's very very true, right? Well, how do you think how have you, as a captain gone about motivating your team to, try in spite of obviously your weaker roster as compared to the how crazy 6 digit has been as of late? How do you go about motivating them?
Firstly, I think the first thing I did after we got the bad news that we will not qualify, is just record a voice note that's just saying, "Listen, we have not qualified. There is still minor league, and we will go and destroy minor league." And it's just going about it and just looking. I think as a person as well, I have the mindset of looking at the positive things. So I just trying to tell them, even if they got like a bad score, it's okay. Maybe for example in what do you call it, in qualifiers, I said like it's okay when we play it. It's fine. You're not doing bad. You're good. You just trying to encourage everyone to just yeah, not. And I will say it has helped. I think in terms of our team, nerve is not that big of an issue,
Really?
which is something that I believe is very good. Yeah,
That-
I think I can't explain it, but it just don't see my players getting that nervous over maps. They just play it, man.
Wait, but that
Just
wait,
need to get that consistency
but
down.
don't you guys have like a bunch of newer players?
So yeah, I think we have 4 players who haven't played a tournament before.
Uh-huh.
We have, and then we have me and Denan returning from last year, and 2 other players who have played a tournament.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I'm definitely positive about our chances, which I think helps the rest of the team kind of maybe motivate them. Like the entirety of qualifiers, I'm just telling them how much they're good and then how much I'm proud of them. It's just, keeping the morale up, I think is a very important part of, a team in general, not even like related to tournaments. Just be a positive influence to your surroundings.
That's really true. And do you think your team has positively responded to your efforts as a captain? Because I sure know my team is like the most filled with a bunch of apathetic people. So you yourself, do you think your team has responded adequately to the amount of effort you're putting in?
I think they have. I mean, from what I've heard from them, from the motivation I've seen from some of the players, I think they definitely have. I think they are. I don't think. I don't know. I don't want to scale it based off me, how much they are kind of ready and have that fire. I know I definitely have that fire to do better and improve and do well as a team. It's all I want, but I don't set the expectations from them to have that same energy from me, but I just want them to to have fun while doing it and just do their best. I can't expect more from them.
All right. I mean, yeah, that I mean you've mentioned so much about mental, and it's definitely super important. And honestly, it's really cool to see that in spite of not being able to call, your team is still very steadfast and very strong. Do you think my not qualifying is in some way a blessing in disguise, since now you're able to play with people who are perhaps closer to your skill level?
Oh, 100%. I think the disparity between the lower seeds that went into groups and even the middle seeds, the disparity between the skill level is just so high. So I think coming into minors is definitely, I think, a good thing. We will definitely, I think, have a higher chance of playing a team that has more similar skill level to us. But even if not, even if they're gonna be better than us, we will still strive to get those good score and more focus on ourselves and our scores and how we can perform. in order to try and get some sort of advantage.
Okay. Are you guys playing your minor league quals this week?
We are not. I believe there aren't that many like teams that are replaying it that went to majors, just because it is pretty much guaranteed for every single team to qualify. I mean, minor league as of right now will only have one team that is not qualifying.
Oh,
Which
really?
is yeah, there was I believe there was the expectations for the amount of teams that will sign up for minor league was very, very high. It was 48 teams.
Oh,
Which,
yes, that's right. That's
is-
right. That's right. I remember. Because they increased groups.
So
right? They increased the group size.
they are not, they haven't increased group size, doing 2 rounds of group stages.
Oh, okay. I haven't been keeping tabs on minor league as of late, but that's very interesting. Where do you think you guys? What do you
Yeah.
think you guys would like see? You know, just throw out a number, throwing out a number here.
I would predict out of 48 teams, I expect us to be like middle 30s. That's where I kind of expect us, maybe like lower 20s. That's the area.
Okay, okay. Well, how many 6WCs have you been in? Were you in 6WC2? You were, right?
I was not, because we did not have enough players.
Oh, I see. Well, just comparing your 6WC3 and 4 team, do you think, you know, there's any difference in the sort of spirit, any sort of difference with your, you know, any preconceived notions that these two teams that may differ between these two teams? Because you've captained both of them, if I'm not wrong, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Right. So, is there a difference, you know, between these two?
I think definitely, I would say, I think as a captain of both, I've definitely seen more motivation from this year's team. I believe last year was kind of lacking. I believe there were some issues as well between the team itself. We didn't have a lot of chemistry. I was as well in a completely different place when it comes to my mindset. I didn't really care.
Really?
I didn't really do that well of a good job as a captain, I would say. I believe I've thrown some picks purely because I didn't understand how matches work. So I think this year, I believe the team has come more prepared. I'm more prepared mentally as well, and maybe I think in terms of like skill level, I think maybe last year was a bit higher. But in terms of diversity of skill sets, we are definitely more diverse this year.
I see. I mean, I've never really thought about that. But moving aside, of course, you mentioned 6WC3's, 6WC3's team has, you know, just a slightly higher in terms of, you know, your raw skill. Are you enjoying this year more than you did last year with regards to, you know, team morale and and captaining for your team?
Yes, I would say I do. I think it's kind of hard to say, because definitely last year going to groups and winning those matches was definitely something that I enjoyed very much. Like, you know, getting that rush after you win a match is something that you can replacement. But this year, I would say I am more excited for 6WC. I'm more excited for the matches. I'm more excited to teach the people about tournaments. And you have to understand, those people do not know a single thing about tournaments. I have to like teach them from scratch, for example, what the different maps are. Like, what is a no-mod free?
Oh, devastating. Devastating.
That's just those kind of stuff. But this year I'm definitely enjoying it more, I would say, on the as a coach, as a captain, as a player as well. I believe I've improved a lot in my skill as a player, so this year is definitely more enjoyable for me.
I mean, yeah, that's really interesting. I mean, when your entire team, you know, when your entire team is coming into this new, do you think there's like a sort of enthusiasm that you don't really see from, say, someone who's like won 4 tournaments before coming into it?
Yeah. Yeah, and then beyond that, I think there is like a certain level I don't know how to call it, just a sort of a patriotism maybe, that wanting to do well for your country, you know, to represent your country. It's definitely something that exists in our team. I know definitely within me and the other members, it's definitely exists there. So we definitely want to do good.
Yeah, dude, like I completely get what you mean. Maybe I didn't feel it that much. Maybe I didn't feel it as strongly this year, but last year especially, you know, barely making it onto the Singapore team. It was I've never felt so patriotic until that point. So I 100% get what you're talking about. Gonna go back to actually a bit about minor league. Do you have a certain specific round in mind? Do you have like a specific round in mind that you want to reach with your team?
I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure on the format yet. It's so complicated. Like we have group stage 1 and group stage 2. So I think as a first step, going to group stages 2 is definitely something I really want from my team and expecting them. And if we're going into quarterfinals, that would be very happy about that.
Well, I'm definitely rooting for Israel. I mean, I'm always rooting for Seed 41, Seed 33. So like, yeah, I mean, you love to see it. I'm gonna pull back since you did mention a bit about, you know, being improving in not only you yourself improving not only as a player but also as a captain. Do you have any tips for people wanting to be captains, or you know, people who want to get into being a captain? Do you have any tips for them?
Okay. Firstly, I think there's a lot of factors. I think firstly is just having the responsibility to sort of try and lead the people, your teammates. You know, give them that motivation to do well. Give them, you know, try to entice them in the team spirit of, we are this team. For example, we are Team Israel, and we will do well and make us our nation proud. I don't know, but just in general, like in other teams, just try to hype up your teammates as much as you can. Just get a morale boost. But other than that, it's stuff like doing your research on like the enemy team and what to pick, and on your own team, try to focus on what your strengths are. And beyond that, just try to be positive. I think that's where a lot of teams fall on. Is they don't really have, even when they lose, they just always have a positive mindset of, maybe I lost this round, but next round we're gonna do better. And if you're out of the tournament, you just say to yourself, okay, maybe this was a bad tournament. It will improve. We will be better. We will come back. It's just try to be positive, man. Don't be pessimistic about everything. It's just positivity does everything.
Damn, yeah. I mean, well said, Froonen. Positivity. I mean, it really gets tough when, you know, when let's say you're facing a super D-ranker team, or you know, you've lost like three of your points in a row, and you know, sometimes it really gets tough trying to maintain, especially your team's morale. You know, you yourself, you know, you might be fine, but how do you go about, you know, pumping your team up even in the darkest moments? Or how do you yourself, you know, maintain that headspace that you need in order to stay positive even in light of, you know, insurmountable wall per se?
Okay, I will start and say, don't always do that. I am human after all. And
yes.
For example, when I got into what was it? I think it was 6 10-minute matches lost in 1 week.
Oh,
that was
Jesus.
definitely.
Oh Jesus!
It's just kind of hard to after that tell yourself everything is gonna be okay. It takes a bit of a toll on your mind. But I mean, just after a day thinking about it, first of all, I'm telling myself it's just a sort of motivation for me to do better. It's just kind of checkpoint. I tell myself I will look at this moment, and when I come back, I will come back stronger, and I know that I will do better. It's just kind of trying to make it a motivation for you to improve. Even like during a match, when I do badly, for example, in qualifiers, I had that kind of moment where I got like 300k on the normal tree, which is just horrible for me.
Happens.
Where Yeah, I just like told myself. Firstly, I think it's good to let it out. Okay, don't keep with this feeling. Just let it out. If you need to like be upset vocally, definitely do it. Just let it out. Maybe like I don't know, like punch a pillow or something.
Oh.
But after that, you just have to tell yourself, life moves on, and I'm gonna move on, and the match is still going on. You have to focus on the rest. You can't lose yourself because of one bad moment. You have to keep grinding.
You mentioned letting your emotions out, and I think that's a very good point because I mean a lot of the time, even when I'm captaining, when something is bad, it's sometimes you pretend that you're okay with it, and the fact that you mentioned that okay, letting it out is a very important first step. I really think that that's a very good point that you raised. Let's I guess let's move a bit on to like the micro side of things. Is there anything that you do with like specific things that you do for your team when it comes to boosting morale? For example, organizing practice lobbies per se, or sending voice messages like you mentioned before. Is there anything else that you do? Is there anything else that you do to pump your team up?
I'm a big lover of the voice notes. I think I'm just better at talking than writing most of the time. I like speaking my mind. So yeah, definitely voice notes is one way. I think others is just randomly when I go into, for example, the what do you call it, the team sheet, and I see like a good score from someone. I just tell them, hey, good job on that score. That's a really cool score. You got the, for example, just
That's
one of the
that's sweet. That's
little
sweet.
things that you do.
That's sweet. That's sweet. Okay. This is sort of like a awkward question, but I'm asking this because you and I are both commentators. Is there
Yeah.
like any time where you're in a match, right? Just imagine you're in a match right now, and is there any point in time where you look at the match from like a third person's perspective, like a commentator's perspective, and you start to get nervous because you're thinking of how you perceive yourself to the greater audience? Is there ever a moment where you feel that way?
Honestly, no. Because I'm like so focused on myself when I play, I don't even like think about my team scores when I play. I just think about myself like purely. Like the only time I'm thinking about what my teammates got is when the map ends. That's it. Like during the when I'm playing, I don't care about anyone else but myself.
All right. Well,
That's just
I guess that's a really good that's a really good mental boost. Well, is there anything you'd like to say to your team right now? I mean, for whoever's watching, is there anything specific that you want to tell your team?
all right. Listen,
Oh
guys.
boy. Oh boy.
This is it, alright? We might have lost the battle, but we are beyond a great war. The world of the minor league. This is where we can rise and shine. We have the ability to do it. We have the ability to go beyond expectations. Like you see in this Seed 41, what can they do in minors with all these D rankers and good players and experienced tournament players? That doesn't matter, right? None of it matters, okay? Everything that matters is inside our head. If we believe that we can win, it will come into existence. And that's what I believe with my full heart. Then go ahead, practice those maps, and when it comes to the matches, just be yourself, and whatever happens, happens. But if you're in the mindset of winning, you will win. We got this.
Holy shit, dude. Like, I didn't expect, like, an actual motivational... I did not expect an actual motivational speech from this. Holy shit, we're so fucking locked in. Deconi asked, yo, Gammy, who's Froonen's favorite teammate? you wanna answer that?
My favorite, I'm assuming he means from last year. My favorite teammates. That's kind of tough. I think there's a lot of aspects. I think Chaos is definitely was very helpful for me. So I definitely appreciate him. I think there could be being a very good player, but also getting the amazing roster reveal for us was definitely a boost.
I remember watching that.
Even someone like
watching that.
yeah, it was actually so insane. I remember, like, for example, Panky, for example, who played, I think it was one match, but still, like, such a chill person to talk to. I really liked having him on the team just to talk to. Very cool vibes. But yeah, overall, I really liked the team as an individuals.
They are asking you about your current favorite teammate. I think they're trying to stir drama. What is
this? What are you doing to me?
Alright, come on.
Current favorite teammate. I don't like answering this because there's a lot of people I like right now. I would say Evan is definitely a favorite of mine just because seeing how his motivation is really up. I really like it. He's just so motivated to do well and improve. I really like it. And also people like, I don't know, like Pumpkin, for example, Pumpkin Law, who has been unfortunately didn't participate last year, and this year is coming in doing those amazing scores. Really nice person, and yeah, it's kind of tough saying a favorite, but there's a lot of people I like on the team.
I mean that's great to hear. I will hope so. Last thing I want to ask, just a personal question, right? Just a personal question.
All right.
You see, when you motivate a team, right? When you motivate a team, a captain is only as strong as his team permits him to, correct? So, I mean, me personally, wow, this sounds like a therapy session now. Damn. Like me personally, with all of the shitty things that have been happening to Singapore, for example, 3-3 incident, read the rules, and losing the Philippines, team morale is pretty down, and I mentioned just now that this sort of new player enthusiasm really adds is something that a lot of especially 20 veterans lack. So do you perhaps have any advice to me, or maybe even other super countries like let's say Brazil or Canada, or hell fuck, I'm not remember any good countries. That's crazy. But do you have any
nice.
do you have any notes to try to motivate these people, or maybe because they're feeling complacent because they are 20 veterans, so not really that motivated. Do you have any sort of advice when it comes to these situations?
I'm gonna I'm gonna do a similarly style motivation speech to Singapore.
Lock in.
Alright, so what I would say is, like, what are you doing? Like, how dare you even start thinking about stuff like that? I mean, you are goddamn Singapore, goddamn super team that was created. You don't have a lot of players, but you definitely deserve to be on this team, alright? I mean, getting into the mindset of, oh no, we lost after one match. I mean, what is this? You guys, do you understand how good you guys are? I mean, being a top seed at such a high caliber tournament, and you dare crying after one match, and oh no, we didn't read rules. I mean, come on, just for 1 second. Realize who you are. You are goddamn Singapore. You have the potential to be up the contest with the best of them. So I don't want to hear any of it from you. I want you to just focus on your gameplay, focus on yourself, and just win like I know you can. Leave all that shit behind.
Holy shit! Oh well, Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
I mean, you heard it, guys. Frunen's the man for the job, dude.
Just send it to Singapore.
I'll just like clip it. I got you guys. But yeah, well, thanks for that. Jesus Christ, holy crap! The fucking interview for the people now, bro. This is just all me. Decody asked, Gammy, what One Piece makes Froonen think of? What does that mean?
I don't understand the question. What?
What is your One Piece? If it's not our roster review, whoa.
I'm confused.
Yeah, the Cody is absolutely blowing up right now. Apparently they're sad. Is the Cody your teammate? Is the Cody your teammate?
The Cody was last year. He was one of our best players on the team.
Oh,
and,
that's sweet.
The person who made our roster reveal and should make the roster reveal for this year.
Oh, that's crazy. Roster reveal. Roster reviews are hard, guys. Anyways, I guess there's not much left. I mean, do you have anything you want to share about 6WC? If not, I kind of want to talk about commentary.
Oh, okay. No, that's fine. We can talk about commentary.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you have nothing more to say about 6WC, I like the, personally, it's not every day. It's not every day I get to interview a commentator. So, I'm very curious. When did you start getting into commentary?
That was in early 2022. It was in Cedi's Cup tournament.
Oh my god!
The first one.
Oh my god!
It was it was actually my first tournament ever playing in a tournament. Back then, I was playing with a max circle size.
Oh my days!
and default skin. So it was definitely an interesting experience. But what made me want to do commentary was definitely watching later the streams of the people who commentated my match, and I was like, I want to do that. I mean, that sounds fun. Talking about like what's happening in a game that I like. So yeah, I was kind of like thrown into the deep waters. It was definitely better because it was in SST, which with his, I mean, it's in the name Scuff.
Yeah.
So there was definitely a lot of Scuff, but it was good. It gave me like a good learning experience, and from there I just kept on going because I just liked it.
Is there any ways that you found yourself particularly improving at commentary? Is there anything that you've done to improve specifically?
I think the thing that helped me improve the most was other commentators. I think they have just hearing them firstly, and second thing, it was them just commentating with them. Maybe asking for advice. I mean, don't be shy. Never be too shy to ask for help. I think that's just a general nice life tip. But for commentating, especially if you're newer, just learn from your environment.
Yeah.
And one thing I will say, don't go to for like a World Cup commentary, because you need to realize there are levels to this game. I mean, at the end of the day, commentating is talking, but there are definitely different levels of commentating. And I would say if you want to start commentating, start the kind of a star rating that is more comfortable to you. Learn from them, and from there you can develop more your commentary skill.
Ooh, that's really interesting. That's really interesting that you say that. Is there a particular reason, like you mentioned there are levels to this game, right? Is there any reason why you don't think watching, say, OWC or Perennial or Corsai's commentary is not, as helpful as just learning from people in your rank range?
I think at a certain point, they are just taking themselves a lot more seriously, and the expectation is to be a lot more serious. That is from what I've seen. Like when you see, for example, like OWC,
right,
the commentary is gonna be so fluent and so professional-like, and just setting your expectations to that early on is just not gonna be good for you. I don't think so. It's
I mean, that's I'm asking this, and I'm pretty interested in this because, me frankly, I found myself really improving in commentary and learning how to shut up, and learning how to be a color learning how to be a PvP caster was mostly from realizing what the Corsai's what the Corsai's commentators focused on, and then sort of emulating that. But now that you mention it, yes, I honestly, having a foundation that you gain through experience and in a more comfortable rank range where you can freely, especially in SST, scuffed commentary, as they like to call it. I think I think that's really, really valuable. I guess maybe once again we can also go back to what kept you going in terms of commenting, because you've been commentating for a long. Hell, you changed your fucking name to the commentator. So what about commentary do you like really enjoy that keeps you coming back for more?
This is a bit of a personal thing, I would say. I am a full-blown introvert. I do
Really?
not speak a lot.
That's a fucking lie.
I'm not.
No way. What?
I'm not a person that I'm not a person that in like social situations I would talk a lot. But I think the thing is, when there is a topic that really interests me, that I really like, I would just keep on and on and on about talking about it. And also, it's just that. I mean, I've been enjoying the game, so with that comes the love for commentating. It's definitely like shown when I'm playing less the game, I will commentate less because my excitement and wanting to commentate is related to my experience with the game, how much I'm enjoying it. So yeah, that's what's keeping me going on, the love for the game. And also the love for the people, I've been getting a lot of love from the people for my commentating, so it just made me want to improve more and just keep going. So
if only people
very
enjoyed my
thankful.
comms. Anyways.
People enjoy it. Come on.
anyways. Gamli is talking. Anyways. jokes aside, jokes aside, of course, I've commented with you like quite a few times, you've been extremely helpful with all the seed predictions, so yeah, I can definitely, say for sure that, very, very, very fun commentating with you. Is there anybody in particular that you want to shout out who've, helped you improve in commentary, or, fueled your passion for commentary?
God, this is really putting me on my spot.
Oh, hell yeah,
because
dude.
I'm
You're cooked.
so bad at remembering things.
You're cooked.
I wanna give a shout out to it's gonna sound a bit weird. I'm gonna shout out RBY and MM1678.
Oh my god.
Which is really random. Two of them being NGT commentators, which I believe is a tournament that definitely helps me build
NGT
my
1 or 2?
confidence into
NGT 1
the
or
first
2?
one.
Oh, okay. Continue.
Yeah. Other than that, I think people like Wooden Pickaxe is definitely been helpful for me. I've talked to what's the name? I really forgot his name. I think it's like Flaming something. I don't remember. He's like a big time commentator now.
iFlame?
But iFlame, that's the name.
Really?
I've talked a lot to iFlame. Yeah. And again, another person has been very helpful.
Wait, he was a 6-digit com? He was a 6-digit
He was
com?
with me on 6WC commentary, yeah.
What? I
Yeah.
did not know that. Wait, I really did not know that. Wow.
Some lore for you here, yeah.
Damn, that is wild. I did not expect iFlame, but holy crap! Well, the more you know. Well, do you ever plan? While we're on the topic of iFlame, maybe, do you ever plan on going to higher rank ranges or even open rank at some point?
No.
Really?
I'll tell you. I've been asked this, as well from like tournament hosts, especially after like last year's 6WC. A lot of people ask me to be in tournaments, like in 5-digit tournament, in open rank, which is all flattering, yeah. But for me, I kind of struggle commentating on SR that I don't really understand. One, I think what I love about 6-digit is the community. Because I'm involved as a player, I get to know the players more, and I have a lot more to say about them.
That's 100% true.
But beyond that, I think it's also about the difficulty of the maps that at a certain point just can't really comprehend enough to be able to commentate it. Like when you have like quarterfinals 6.7 stars, I don't think I will be able to help with commentating at that point because I'm just not at that level. So that's not my thing. Maybe in the future. I think I've also had like a bad experience with it, which is
no.
why
Do you want
I'm
would you
a
like
kind
to
of
share about it, or is it PTSD?
it was from what was it? I think it was Yimasao's tournament, Yimasao Hidden Tournament. And
What? Wait, the German, right? The German.
yeah, Yamasu. I don't know how to say his
Why
name.
do
I'm
people
sorry.
keep on saying Yabasao? I think Williams called him. Anyways, I digress. Yeah, please proceed.
I don't know, man. It's a weird name. But yeah, that's like I commented. I think it was like a what was it? I think it was like a pool showcase or a match or something like that. I think it was like a pool showcase, and I've talked about like the maps and how complicated they look, and they just the chat kept going like, "Why is this raccoon keeps yapping?" and just
Oh.
being like completely like, "What is he talking about? He does not understand." Like
Oh.
even like in chat later, it was like said like this
Ouch.
guy does not understand, and I was like, you know what? You're right. I don't. So I understood at that point. I understood that maybe it's not for me.
Hmm. Damn. I mean, hate comments are something that us commentators face a lot. I'm sure both. I definitely know
Mhm.
myself with
Yeah.
a certain tournament, but we're not affiliated. I can say that we're not affiliated anyways. But um, just like on a personal level, how do you deal with when people try to put you down with commentary?
Like I would say the first thing I ask myself is, are they right? Like, is this if not even
Correct.
is it right? Like, is it right and constructive? Is it like actually something that I should take into account? Because for the most part, I wouldn't really care. But if it's, for example, what was said in the I don't know, I would say name in
Yeah.
that tournament, if they like sat and thought about it, I realized they're right. Like I don't understand. Like that was fine, but when people like tell me, for example, this guy is talking too much, I'm like, it's
It's our
commentary. What are
job.
you expecting
It's our
here?
fucking job. Why are
Like,
you hating? We're
oh, someone just says like for example, like when I describe an map and someone goes like, "Oh, this guy he's completely wrong about the map." I'm like, okay, that's your opinion and you're entitled to it. I do not care. Like
oh yeah.
it's about filtering, you know? It's about filtering
Yes.
what actually matters and what not.
Them. Yeah. I mean, I think that's something that if you especially if you're doing any kind of public role, be it content creation, be it just putting yourself out there in life. Yeah. I think learning how to have this filter, learning how to control what gets to your head is something that even me personally, I'm still learning how to do it, and I think it's very important. Let's pull back and go back and let's move away from the sad topics, and let's actually talk about what do you think commentary. Oh shit, I'm gonna sound like fucking deep as shit. What do you think is the core, or like the most important part of commentary that a lot of newer commentators don't seem to grasp?
All right, so I would say for most of the time you're gonna there's a lot of things I could say here.
Yeah.
I would say one of the things that for me as a commentator are very, very important is chemistry. Chemistry with your other commentators.
Oh,
So
100%.
stuff like you know, alternating between when you speak so you don't speak into each
Oh,
other. That's like a very big
oh,
like pet peeve of mine when I talk and the commentator
oh.
just runs through me
Ah.
talking and just that's like a pet peeve of mine.
Oh
But I
my.
think if you can figure it out, like when a person, for example, when a person stops talking, then the other person start talking. Like having that kind of alternating commentary is always nice. Another thing, be ready for goddamn match. Know what you're talking about. Like it's I think it's more of a me issue when I have to come prepared to everything. Like even in the groups analysis, I wrote notes on everything.
Yes.
Like it's just I think it's just me personally how I am. I just have to be ready for everything. So it's more of a me thing, but I think it's a nice thing to have. But a more core thing, a commentary, I would say is talk. I see so many, like, one of the things that I hate the most is I get like a stream alert. I see, okay, this match is being streamed. Let's watch it. I tune into the stream and just nobody talking, just silence. Like that's not what people are here to watch, you know? Just get that confidence, you know, no talk about stuff. That's why I like being prepared with, like, for example, statistics. Oh, the groups and the players, so I'll have something to talk about. So, you know, just so that would be my advice. Just talk.
You gotta
Don't
avoid,
be silent.
You gotta avoid everybody saying, "Why is this guy yapping so much?" When the stream is quiet, you gotta talk.
It's just you have to be kind of talkative, I would say, in order to be well in commentary.
Yeah. Well, just a personal question. What kind of commentator do you think you are? What kind of commentator do you think you are? If you had to describe your style, how would you?
My style is because, again, I'm trying to get as many statistics in. I'm the very analytical commentator, I would say. Like the one that would, like, before every map talk about the map in specifics, talk about the teams, their strengths, how I predict they will do on the map, like stuff like that. I'm more of a analytical. And during the match, like specifically during when they're playing, I will say it's a problem about me that I don't call out enough. I would say enough things. But I try to. That's like a part of commentary that I'm a bit weak of, because it's just, I don't know, focusing on all 8 screens is kind of tough for me.
Yes, that is definitely.
So I do my best, but that's definitely a weaker part of my commentary. So yeah, I'll focus more on the analytical and try to give as much information about the situation that is happening in the match.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. That is 100% the vibe that I got from your commentary style. And you know, as a play-by-play caster, you know, I'm like the one going, oh, when someone misses. Having people like you know, the color casters who are like constant, like grounding the match where it is, and you know, providing insight that is you know, impactful to the viewers, is definitely something that I respect as a fellow commentator. I guess we're I don't want to drag the stream on for too long. We've been talking for God knows how long at this point, but I guess last question, what do you think is the purpose of commentary?
I think the purpose of commentary is to make the match more enjoyable for the viewers. I think, and make it more enjoyable and make it more understandable. And at the end of the day, if someone that doesn't know what Osu is watches the stream and understands approximately what's going on, I think that is the definition of a good commentary. I think it's just describing what's happening and making it more enjoyable. That is the purpose of commentating for me.
Yeah, no, very very well put, short and sweet. And you know, I couldn't have summed it up any better. But well, we're kind of like reaching the end. It's like about 16:45 UTC right now. Holy shit, I love talking to you. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we go about me, be it commentary or hell, just 6WC?
I would say, you know what, about 6WC, I would say that it could definitely be a bit discouraging if you're a smaller country. I mean, this was the topic of the interview, so I'm kind of running it back. I think if you're a smaller country still in 6WC, it's definitely a bit more tough, seeing how there's like so many mega teams and great teams that are just doing so well and Quad seeing everything. But I think if you truly, if it's one thing that you should take from this interview is focus on yourself, focus on how you are doing. Don't look at these opponents, okay? They're just some mega D rankers, played
Yeah.
1500 tournaments. That doesn't matter. What truly matters is how you perform and how you do for your expectations and your level. And that's what you should focus on, really.
Well, I mean, from well, my country is not nearly as small as yours, but like from one lesser seen country to another, I definitely know what you're talking about when it comes to. It takes motivation. It takes a drive, especially from your leader, to despite all odds, pull through and achieve something that you can be proud of. So, very well said, Froonen.
Yeah.
I mean, everything you've been saying is awesome shit. But well, last question from Decody. Who is Froonen's favorite pass player? If we talk like 8-star passes.
I'm like a notorious hater of pass play.
Dude, same. Dude, same.
I mean, again, play the game how you enjoy it. All right, if that's how you enjoy playing the game, do it. But if like a favorite player who's a pass player, I don't know. Like, who's a pass player? Are we talking like six digit?
I think the Cody's trying to coax an answer of you, Mr. Froonen. He says that he's gonna cry.
Is the Cody? I guess yeah, he's a pass player. I think he has potential to be a lot more than a pass player. By the way, just for as a note, right? I would say you know what? I would say the most impressive like pass player that I know is without a doubt the anime 564.
Oh,
it's a rant. You know who that is?
No,
that is a 579k player who is on our 6WC team. Who is able to play the pool for group stages.
Oh,
if that isn't a pass player, I don't know what is.
I think Mr. Froonen, I think the Cody wants validation from you.
Come on, you're good enough. Come on, you know you are. Stop this. You are. You can do this. Like, come on, you can do a lot more than just pass. You can FC a lot of good maps. Come on.
The Cody Froonen aside. I think thank you so much, Mr. Raccoon, Mr. Frooman, Mr. D commentator for joining me today. I am totally down, by the way, as like okay, not as an interviewee anymore, like as a work partner. I totally be down to do more and more of these match in streams with you. By the way, so
hell yeah.
I'm like 100% down to do more. So that aside, any last words from the chat, Mr. Froonen?
Yeah, just keep grinding, you know, just keep playing, enjoy the game. If at some point you aren't enjoying the game, stop playing. That's the best advice I can give you. Just stop playing. It's not worth it.
That's right. I mean, well said. Oh, I feel like I've been saying that so much, but yeah. I mean, with that, then, ladies and gentlemen, my name has been Gamli. Joining me today, right now in the booth, is Froonen, but of course, huge shout outs to Wix and FireRate88 who joined us for the previous two streams. And yeah, with that, this stream has been about 2 hours 30 seconds long. Philoxen, you're my favorite Ukrainian 6-digit tournament player. Shut up. And yeah, very long stream. I am very tired. Of course, before I go, huge shout outs to the team behind this, the CDC. Especially, I'd like to shout out Wilwam, who's been working very hard behind the scenes. Especially and of course and of course the entire team, the entire CDC team, that have been working very hard to get
this graphic is nice, I will say.
These graphics, this is a fucking gradient.
Yeah, listen, it's a nice color, okay?
You.
I like it.
That's true. Thank you, thank you. Thank
Will
you.
we see the stream, by the way, uploaded to somewhere?
Yes, of course. All of the notable 6WC streams will be on my YouTube, so do check out for that. But
Yes.
anyways, before like advertising, me and Froonen 6WC comms. There are some exciting matches to have for 6WC, so show up for those. Woohoo!
Yes.
Especially Ukraine versus Poland. Oh, be there, be there,
Oh, hell
be
yeah.
there, be there, be there. Anyways, I don't want to belabor for too long. So with that, everybody, my name has been Gamney. Your match is in 14. Invites will be whenever the fuck we feel like it, and we are signing out. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye bye.